last night, I take my first pregnancy test and I found out that I'm pregnant. And it's a blessing, so I'm happy.
What's going on, people? We are back again with some more Moving Mad. But hey, I have a question. Can somebody please tell me where the blessing's at? Because I'm finding it hard to find out where the blessing's at. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing about you being pregnant it being a blessing. End of the day, we've seen that your relationship is nothing but unhealthy. And most importantly, your relationship is unhealthy because of your attitude. Brandon is trying and he keeps trying. And honestly, God bless him from trying. But goddamn, every man or every human being has that silver lining. They have that moment where they're just like, you know what, enough is enough. And sadly, Mary has gotten pregnant before Brandon has got to that stage. So now he's in a position where, in my opinion, I don't think he's that much over the moon. But we are about to find that out as we proceed throughout the video.
Let me process this.
Well, it happened, so the baby's here now in my tummy, so I feel ready to give my all to him. You know, we're humans. I know that I want to wait until marriage before having sex, but I changed my mind because when Lolo is gone, I feel so confident.
Can somebody tell me at what point did you witness Brandon being over the moon? At what point did you witness Brandon being like, yes, this is it, I'm so happy? I mean, listen, all I could see was doubt in his eyes. All I could see was him calculating whether or not their relationship is even at a point where they should be having a child. Him calculating that, hey, I've been here for a few months and I'm still trying to find some sustainable work. Is this really the right time for us to be having a child? Yes, I traveled all this way. Yes, I love you. But at the same time, I'm still learning about you. That's what I could see from this young man's face. But meanwhile now, we got Mary out here talking about how she's got baby fever. She's ecstatic. And she's like, well, the baby's here now. So there's nothing you can do about it. That is legit what I heard. When she was like, well, the baby's here now, whilst he was talking about processing it, literally, she's like, well, now you're trapped with me. There is no turning back. I mean, listen, some people may argue and say that maybe she got pregnant on purpose. Maybe people will argue that because look at it this way. She got pregnant before marriage. She knows that she's not meant to be having intercourse before marriage. But she decided to break the rules because that's what she does anyway. If it fits the narrative, if it fits her needs, then she will break whatever is needed to be broken. And that's exactly what she did already. She did it at the airport, didn't tell Brandon that they're not allowed to kiss, that they're not allowed to hold hands. Never told him, so it happened. And now we're in a situation where she knows that they're not supposed to be intimate, but guess what? She made it happen. And then boom, out of nowhere, what happened? She's pregnant. Now, of course, it takes two to tango and it takes two to be protective. So, of course, Brandon should have been more careful with the idea of using protection. Unless, of course, Mary had told him that she was on something, which wouldn't necessarily make sense. Well, it's a bit of a sticky one. I want to say it wouldn't make sense because she was a virgin, but at the same time, though, there is no saying. But at the same time, though, just because she was a virgin, it doesn't mean that she couldn't have been on something. Because I know nowadays some parents do encourage their daughters to jump on a contraception the second that they hit their periods and all them kind of things. So there is that possibility. But at the end of the day, Brandon, I want to sit here and say to you that I feel sorry for you, but I really don't, because you should have known better than to not strap up. You are not a virgin.
She's like, you know, I just really, really want a baby. And I thought trying to make a baby will help us become a better couple, but things just got a lot more complicated.
Things just got a bit more complicated? But you know what though, let's just rewind a second. You honestly thought that having a child with Mary would make your relationship better, and now she's pregnant. Oh, yeah, it's not looking very good now, is it? Oh yeah, I wasn't really expecting to get pregnant this quick. Whew, this has put us both in a very sticky situation. I mean, listen, just because Mary suggested having a baby doesn't mean that you had to do it. And also on top of that, the fact that you feel like the relationship is going to get a little bit more complicated or things are getting more complicated means that you already knew that getting pregnant and having a child was never a good idea in the first place. Why you went through it, I don't know. For me personally, I am actually heavily disappointed in Brandon because we have seen him grow and we have seen him mature. We have seen him try and make, decisions that are somewhat wise since he's arrived. But for some reason, he still puts himself in positions where he's going to shoot himself in the foot. But this is the question. Can you provide for Mary and the child? That is the question. Right now, are you even working where you're even at a position where you're earning enough? And also at the same time, has Mary been helping you out with work and whatnot since you've arrived? Like Brandon, you went there with a couple bucks, with a couple dollars. There's no way that money is still there. So that means any money that they're getting now has to be from somewhere. But is it enough to look after him, look after Mary, look after their unborn child? Now, of course, we already knew that she got pregnant. We already know that she had a child because obviously it's been revealed anywhere on social media. But I think hearing it now and processing it now is a whole lot more different. It feels like I've been hit with a real reality check about their relationship. It feels like not only have I been hit with it, but Brandon's been hit with it too. And now he's thinking about the complications. You know, this is not even a laughing matter. But sometimes when you get a little bit frustrated with things, for me personally, one of my mechanisms is I prefer to just laugh it off. Because I'm just like, wow, I cannot even take this seriously. This is so pathetic, so childish, so unnecessary. I don't ever want to waste my breath being peed off about it. So I'm just going to laugh about it. Even though it ain't funny. God damn.
My confidence come from, I'm starting to have doubts. I just really hope that we can handle everything that's on our plate.
Wow, it does not sound promising. The fact that he's talking about, I really hope that we can handle everything that's on our plate, everything that's to come. That is not promising one bit. That does not fill me with any type of confidence about their relationship. I mean, does it give you guys any confidence? I mean, he talks about how he had confidence, but now the confidence is pretty much going. I mean, honestly, I just don't understand people in this world that have children for the wrong reasons. You know, I recently had this conversation with one of my friends. And I said to him, bro, like, the way I look at it when it comes to children, if you're somebody that has children because you've always wanted to have children, that is probably the wrong idea, wrong reason to have children. And the reason I say this is because, you see, generally speaking, some relationships are so good that you don't necessarily need a child to complete you guys. So therefore, sometimes you have to separate the idea of having children, right? But also at the same time, there are sometimes in life where you can meet someone and your relationship is so good, but you both feel like, you know what, we now want to add some DNA to the picture. We want to add something that represents both of us. We want to add something to our relationship that says blood. And a child is nothing else. And nothing else is better than having a child. For me, that is the only circumstance, the only situation where people should be having children. Because you know that you two are at a point where you're so happy, but also you know that you feel like something is missing in your relationship. And if that something is a child, then you have one. But if you're so happy and you feel like nothing is missing, I'm not saying that you don't have a child. You can still have a child. But sometimes when that happens, the child can be the reasons why your relationship goes downhill. Conversation that people don't have enough of. Now, of course, there is also the idea, and you have to understand, this also falls under the bracket. That relationship also falls under the bracket of two people that would have grew up wanting to have children. But then when they get in a relationship, they feel like, do you know what, our relationship is so good, we actually don't need one. I'm just saying at the end of the day, no one should ever put themselves under this pressure that children is a must. No one should ever put themselves under this pressure that, hey, I've always wanted one, so I must have one. Because look at the world now. We are in a world where there's so many children coming from broken homes because so many people are having children for the wrong reasons. Now, of course, I am not saying what I'm saying is correct. I'm not saying that I'm speaking facts here. I'm just saying, for me, myself in particular, based on what I'm seeing in this world of how many relationships get broken up because how many good relationships, or at least you think is good relationships, break up because of children. And how many people that are in toxic relationships who have children because they think it's going to make things better. You know? Or people that are in relationships that they feel like having a child is going to bring them closer. All that kind of stuff. None of that stuff is good reasons, personally. For me personally, there's only one reason why. One reason. We are so good, but we feel like there's a missing part to the puzzle. Fair enough. Boom, bam. Let's not mess about. Because personally, I don't believe in fixing something that isn't broken, if you dig what I'm saying. But either way, though, when it comes to Brandon and Mary, I don't even have to go into detail or an explanation of why they should have never had a child in the first goddamn place. Now, you guys let me know exactly what you're thinking down below in the comment section, and we shall talk about it. We shall talk about it. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.